Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail here today with Heroes of the Storm, and today I'll be doing something a little bit different, which is a post-commentary. And part of that is just trying to pull interesting matches from ones that I play. I'm here today as Nazeebo, as Asher here. And one thing I'm finding is that I'm getting closer to rank 30, and this is a quick match today, but I'm trying to I'm figuring out which heroes I tend to like better, and Nazeebo is really one of them. So this is a quick match, all human opponents and players here. My team is Tyrande, Nazeebo, Raynor, Gazlo, and Illidan. Opponent's team, Nazeebo, Vala, Thrall, Tyrande, and Tassadar. Interestingly enough, no melee tanks or anything like that to be found in this matchup, so maybe it was a matchmaking bliss, I don't know. But what we're going to do is take a look at Sky Temple, just go back and, like I said, this is a post-commentary. I did play this game. I do know what happens. Spoiler alert, I know what happens. But I thought this was an interesting game to share, so instead of showing maybe some of the pub stomps one way or the other here, try and show something that, I'm not saying this is or isn't a pub stomp, but there are some interesting things to watch and see. So, and nice thing about replay mode is that we do get the view of both sides, but not necessarily from chat perspective here. So Sky Temple, for those of you who don't know, one watchtower in the middle of the people will fight over really hard for a long time. 3 temples you gotta get, and otherwise you just gotta, if you get them, they will pew-pew your opponent's towers. That's what you want. But I am currently in the bottom lane, but that's going to change here probably in just a second here because other people are running around. Which lane do we want to go into to start with? Up top, because Tyrande is just not moving right now. So we already have red team pinging for the vision tower. My goal here is just on this build, and I'm doing kind of a standard Nazeebo build here as I rotate up briefly just to see if my teammates need help, because there's no experience to be gotten by going here first, but I'm not going to go all in on this. At this point with red team overcommitting, it's better for me just to stand here in the vision and start getting experience, especially when the first talent that I took was Death Ritual, which means that when a minion dies I get extra boost, which can really ramp up over the course of an entire fight. Of course I also see Tassadar. I briefly saw some people rotating up above me, so gotta watch out for that. But at this point I overextend just a little bit. I do like using wall of zombies kind of aggressively, so I'm going to be doing that just a little bit throughout this match. But the nice thing about replay mode is that we don't just have to watch up here. We can look down here and see Gazlo and Tyrande versus Thrall actually kind of pushing the bottom lane forward, but Raynor actually dying first up here to the Nazeebo Tassadar comp. So Raynor, gotta watch it, gotta be careful here. Actually, Illidan's doing a pretty good job of harassing these guys up here, but for the most part it's not about kills this early in the game. But it's just about trying to get some objectives, trying to keep up with experience, and right now we're a little bit behind because they got 1 kill, but it's not the end of the world. So they're going hard for the top tower, or the top area, whereas we're going for kind of the middle one. At least that's where I'm running my way in here. And only Tyrande right now. So I smell blood. I put up the wall of zombies and she's just YOLOing it and is dead. Now usually I like to put the wall of zombies up for this first guy that comes up, but that's not really happening. But we do have Tassadar getting a little bit testy here, and I'm going to have to actually abandon this in just a second because my health's a little too low. Nobody really doing too much up here. Raynor wisely getting experience when he knows he's going to get killed. And otherwise our team doing a pretty good job of soaking lanes. Gazlo rotating up here to try and help. Raynor coming down to try and help. Still, we're pretty even on experience. That extra experience is helpful. But overall, it's, I guess, kind of an even split. We got a few kill, or we got a kill, they got a kill. They got a tower, we got most of a tower, and now I'm actually getting, not insta-gibbed, but I don't have sprint, and fortunately for me, Thrall doesn't have a great way to chase down, and Tyrande, for whatever reason, didn't actually use her ability to take things on. Now, the reason I don't immediately hearth is that I look up here just to see, hey, wait a minute, does my team need help, or do I need to actually get some experience? And right now my health isn't low enough, and I can actually trap Tyrande here again. I don't actually get her this time. Thrall really kind of overextending there against Illidan. Nobody in the bottom lane, because let's face it, I'm playing in quick match, which is practically Bronze League heroes, which is just as much an indictment of my skill level as other people. But not able to kill Illidan, which is good. They actually push the top towers up here, which is not too much of a surprise. Raynor is not going to be great at defending that on his own. I smell a little bit of blood for Vala down here, but my bigger worry is anybody on the bottom lane. I almost get there, but Tyrande comes back. We're all soaking experience lanes. It's all pretty happy. And eventually we got to actually do some defense here. There's no reason for them to get a free fort this early. It's not a keep. The keeps are back there. But we do have Gazlo on our side, so nothing can possibly go wrong. At least that's what I like to tell myself. But apparently red team is all rotating down here because they realize that they're losing some experience. This has actually been a pretty good experience fest 2015 for my team. But there's the Hearthstone. I'm out of mana. There's not too much to do. Gazlo's got this lane pushed under control, especially with the turrets. And I see that Tyrande actually does need some help down here. It's getting a little bit overwhelming. Once again, it's just kind of like Nazeebo versus Nazeebo. It's going to be... That's pretty good. So we just look at the talents real quick. I took Gathering Power and Gidbin. Nothing really too controversial for any of my teammates at this point. Although it is also a matter of... I know some players like... I know Tyrande, I know Raynor, I don't know Gazlo, I don't know Ladon, so... I don't think that anyone's been wondering, hey, why aren't you starting to do any commentaries on matches or anything like that? Well, the answer is because my game knowledge is still not super fantastic, and the heroes that I know pretty well. The heroes that I don't know particularly well. But just trying to take on these guys here, trying to put up a wall to at least protect Tyrande from getting taken on. And right now we have numbers. And Tyrande does have a pretty good health bar, so... Or good health bar, good mana bar. So at least this bottom temple, which is the only one that comes up. These temples do pop in static order. Does suck that we're losing the experience push here in mid lane. Maybe someone will help with that a little bit. But right now we do have a pretty commanding lead on the temple, despite those bursty froggies. And I think he actually took the talent. I mean, not actually go into the action here, but I'm pretty sure there's Nazeebo down from Gazlo. But I'm pretty sure he actually did take a different talent build than I did. Gidbin, Gathering Power, Blood Ritual. So far pretty close. I thought he did something with the toads, but that's not there yet. So Gazlo is great on Sky Temple because he does really good at stopping these, or controlling these little areas and everything. So I elect to go to kind of a different place here. Try and get some experience from the mid lane. Try and stop the tower pushing, which I fail at doing. But at least they can't go too much further because somebody's contesting it. So right now, there's experience to be soaked at the top. That Nazeebo is getting the other tower. I'm going 2 versus 1, but I am at level 10. They're about to be at level 10. Big thing is I want at least a little bit of experience here, but right now we're going for a fort, which we got. And pretty sure it's going to be more prudent for me. I know that farming experience is still pretty important, but once you hit level 10, you got to start thinking about some other objectives here. Do you start going for the Merc camps? Do you start going for trying to get other things here? Some people say, tisk, tisk. Why in the world did that Nazeebo take Gargantuan? Gargantuan is bad, terrible, and I don't want to say it's like worst thing ever, but it's not. It's not an ideal talent. Although, in this game I did get hit pretty hard a few times by Gargantuan, but there's Gazlo doing what Gazlo does best. And if I do have one thing that I wish my team could have done a little differently, and I was guilty of this too, sometimes getting caught up in the moment, is that Gazlo can solo these camps. You do not need to help Gazlo with that. The boss camp, yeah, he'll need help first, but otherwise, not so much. So we do have some action up here. Vala doing her thing. Not quite the best placement for either wall of zombies ever, so we do have some zombie battles. Do kind of trap Vala in there, which is pretty good, but Gazlo is starting to get the easy camps pretty well. Thrall not doing the best thing for his team by soloing that camp, as there's another camp over here. Illidan, who knows what he's trying to do. We actually have Tassadar in a pretty good spot. And can we actually get Tassadar? Nope. Unfortunately, that is not the case, but people are starting to think boss, which is typical for about this far into the game, but Raynor getting a little close here, and there is the Hungering Spirit. Can I actually take down the Nazeebo? He spots me in the bushes. There's something about that big green line, but at least Hungering Spirit does net a kill here. Hungering Spirit far better than Gargantuan just because it does a ton of damage. I'm actually up on fair damage compared to everybody else. I'm useful! Alright, so bottom and top tower, or bottom and middle towers at this point. Up in 1 second here, and I think there's going to be a team fight as Thrall's actually just sitting naked trying to open this up as he does his big bursty thing. I'm actually sitting by here, probably because my cooldown is up on the tower here, not doing too much, but would have been nice to be in a better position health-wise to actually take that on, but Nazeebo actually catching wise to my ult kind of did me in, but looking down here, I started to go to the bottom tower, then I saw Raynor actually had it pretty well. So we're going to the middle tower, and there's a big brawl going on here. Once again, this is the kind of fight where you want Gazlo on your side, because I have to not actually scream, but strongly advise my teammates to fight on the tower if at all possible, or to fight on the pedestal if at all possible, just so it keeps shooting. But unfortunately here, I get in really low health again because Nazeebo is squishy, even with someone like Eladon here. So Turan's dead. She tried to chase down. Nazeebo's dead. I'm doing a great job of zooming away from Nazeebo. I say I played it, and there is Thrall. Is he going to get me? Nope, because I got Sprint. Ooh, Sprint. Just in... Well, I mean, I've had Sprint for a little while, but Sprint, very important here. Other Nazeebo getting Toad of Hugeness, which... sometimes you want to hit those toads really close to people. But interesting enough, this tower is still sitting here for anyone just to take. So, I died. I didn't show myself dying, but I died. Yay. And death does happen sometimes, so there goes my happy, dandy kill streak. But Gazlo doing pretty good, but the 2-for-1 here is just a little too strong, and that's what I'm talking about with this kind of quick match, this level. I do not play Platinum League or anything like that. I'm definitely on one of the lower ranks, even though I do pretty well on my own sometimes, and then sometimes my play not so great as you've seen. But 4 people dead, still early enough in the game where the death timers aren't too much. But what they could have done was maybe go for the boss early and pushed, but they are a little slow to the trigger on that. Now you can see everybody's converging on the boss, except for up here where they're stopping the mercs from pushing. Thank you, Gazlo, for getting those in. So everybody's like, boss, 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 boss. That is the high-level commentary you'll be getting from me in this match. And here we go. Another team fight right away. They actually get the Siege Giants this time. And here's Vala doing her thing, because, ouch, I put up the wall zombies. They put up the wall zombies. People are dying, and my health is low, but I'm in the bushes again. I like this map because there's a lot of corners to hide like this. And if they want to fight on this, I do have my Hungering Spirit, which is fantastic. Does a lot of damage to people early. But unfortunately, I die again. That time to Thrall, because I forget, oh wait, Thrall can shoot a giant bolt of lightning out of his ass. And look who got the boss. This is fantastic. We had an experience lead before, and that's a team wipe. That is a 10-minute team wipe, where we got in position. We just, Vala got off a really good ult. Thrall did a really nice stun there that took out like 2 people. And what can you do? You got a boss and a siege giant up here, and we did some damage. As I say, wrecked, because why not? But yeah, our bottom is being pushed pretty hard. Fortunately, it's going for the bottom and not going straight for one of our keeps. And right now they're going for merc camps, as I guess you could, because we're going to have this boss be down there for quite some time. If you do hover over the different places, you can see when the respawn timers go off. Like this bruiser camp will be up in just a minute. The 2 towers as well, and I have a feeling this is going to go very well now that our team is back up. Absolutely nothing can possibly go wrong. So they got this mid tower here. They're actually all gathering in the middle very well. Our team's doing the smart thing and having to clear this before it can push the tower, because that could be pretty disastrous. But standing up here, waiting in the bushes. I'm not out of vision. I think I'm out of vision, but I'm not actually out of vision, because I'm smart. And there's Vala with her ult again, and there is me getting my face melted. What would have been a lot stronger play for me to do to actually control position a little bit was to wait up here instead of waiting in an area where I'm not a frontline guy. Nazeebo definitely can get the crap beaten out of him pretty fast. But Gazlo doing work here. Our team doing a great job taking on the bottom area. So it's not a total loss. These pew-pew towers still doing their thing, as there is a keep that is going to be an issue. As, yeah, this is one of those games, this is one of those places where I just, like, sometimes you just gotta tighten up your play. I mean, I'm doing damage, but I'm being a little bit too aggressive. Actually, I'm not even up high on the hero damage compared to where I used to be, compared to other players out there. Because I'm just getting myself in positions where I can die. But fortunately, our rotation up here is very strong. Raynor doing a very good job, very nice use of his, not use of his ability, but automatically healing there at right time to engage Vala, so at least we get 2 extra kills. Or this is what you would call the power play scenario, where we do have 40 seconds of a 5 versus 3. And this is a very important time to take care of it, as people say, Gazlo says I got it. Gazlo is the only person that needs to be fighting this. We can go for some of the easy camps, and that's where I'm clearing down here. Everyone else is fighting. I'm not saying I'm better or anything like that, but just once again trying to clear some of these areas. Part of the reason is so that I can actually empower myself a little more, because once again, every minion that dies, I get bonus stats. But there is the Siege Giants on their end. At least Illidan may be able to get Siege Giants, and here is everybody chasing us down. Gazlo's in trouble. I'm in trouble. Right now we have a level advantage, and we don't have a talent advantage, so it doesn't matter for a lot. Tassadar's down, which is great. Thrall's down, which is great. There's the Hungering Spirit chasing down Nazeebo, but it's not going to be enough because he just runs off. Hungering Spirit, really nice for zoning out people. Let's say that much. But once again, that was a better team engagement. 2 versus 0 as we actually rotate from up top down here. And there is Tyrande in trouble. Wall of zombies keeping a lot of people in. Tyrande cannot run from that as Illidan is just beating down on her. Zoom in. Or Vala. That's what Vala looks like for me when I play Diablo 3. Sometimes. Har, there's a joke in there somewhere. As actually... What in the world? The tower, the keep, is actually already down here. Let's remember that for later, because some of y'all may have noticed on the mini-map what happened, but this is around the time where I realized, hey, wait a minute, what in the world actually happened to that tower? We will talk about that after this match. But right now, we do have a tower up here. They have the Vision Tower, we have the Tower. So, pretty good. As Gazlo is just trying to control the mid lane. We have 20 to 18 now, so the kills are more in our advantage. The more important thing, though, is that the boss is respawning very soon, and this could be the time, because one keep is down, which, once again, I was not expecting. We're losing forts and everything left and right, but they've actually lost 2 keeps now, so we're going to be pushing their core pretty hard. All we really need to do is to actually take the boss and push up, if we can get them together. Even though they'll have an opportunity to kind of get together, be here, the boss is going to be key. Because that tower is just going to go pew pew pew. There's not too much left to fire on. And we are in position to fight the boss better early. But here they come. Kind of Foot Clan style. 2 by 2. We're down here. We stuck together. Vala getting zoned out by the wall of zombies. We disengage again. Vala, though, hitting really hard with all of it. There is the Ravenous Spirit. 1, 2 down. 3 down. I'm finally useful. 3 down with the Ravenous Spirit. Granted, technically that's kind of like, okay, I'm kill stealing because of last hits, but you know what, compared to how bad I was dying in the beginning, I'll take it. And there's the boss. We killed 3 to their 2, so not the most powerful thing ever, but Tassadar, maybe not the wisest move ever trying to come back here. He should have disengaged. Instead, now we're up 4, or they're down 4, which is just really, really bad for them. I mean, 16-minute game. 16 minutes is a long time on this map. It's a very long time. So we'll go ahead and just see if we have a nice... I can't actually ping the boss correctly, but going through this area here, they are still on a pretty bad cooldown timer. We lost Illidan because reasons. The Gargantuan, like I said, he hits hard. Maybe people are underestimating it, but the boss just going ham on the tower here. Yes, the shields are going to go down. It's not the strongest boss ever because it's here, but it's still... There's a lot of tower we can push as the team is just coming back up. It is going to be about a 4 versus 4, but we're doing core damage and core damage. As Thrall just knocks me out. I've got to watch out for that big, massive earth just shatter move. But you'll notice here, catapults are actually really strong. We lose a lot of our team, but still, if they don't clear this wave in time, these catapults are going to be able to do enough. And 5%. 5% is what we have left with nobody else really engaging this. And with Gazlo and Tyrande going up to 1 tower, that 1 tower will be able to shoot through here, and I really hope that 1 tower can actually take this on. Now, some people would say, hey, why doesn't Tyrande and Gazlo go for 1 tower each? But I think it's the safer play to go up here when you only need 5%. So this tower is going to be down in just a moment, as they're trying their best to kind of get this up here. If they could contest up here, that'd be great. But we only needed 2 people to live, as the core is just going to go zappity, zappity, goodbye. And that's the game. So we'll just have the stat screen up here for just a moment, and like I said, it turned around and it went pretty well. I feel like I contributed, which sometimes that's all you can really ask for in these games. But like I said, it was fun, it was interesting. We all held hands and danced in the prairie, I don't know. But like I said, that's the game at this point. But I do want to zoom back for just a moment because I think it's just very interesting that magically one keep disappeared, and it was something that I obviously need to work on my map awareness because I didn't realize enough while I was playing. So let's see what we can find. Alright, and we're at the 7-minute mark now, where as you can see, we have 2 siege giants over here. We have Gazlo going and taking this other siege camp right here. And what's going on in the top here? We have some people trying to push the top forts. We have Thrall kind of dancing here, just doing his own thing. We have 2 people dead, and these siege giants right now are just demolishing, or using their geometric structures to demolish these creeps. So we're going to have a boss fight here, but I want you to see something here. There are 2 more siege giants. 2 siege giants plus 2 siege giants equals, like I said, a bronze league, a lower league level moment here, where once again, I'm not totally innocent. I didn't see this necessarily coming either, but Thrall was in a good position to contest this. Vala was in a good position to contest this. That's 4 siege giants. That is serious, but I mean, this is where objectives are important, but objectives are not the only thing in Heroes of the Storm, because even though Vala was able to get a few shots off on this tower before getting taken out by Raynor, and even though there was a pretty nice friendly team fight over here, the real MVP of this match is definitely Gazlo pushing these 2 siege giants, or 4 siege giants. I'm not doing my math correctly here, as we can just watch them tear up as we have Nazeebo. You know they're getting notifications saying tower destroyed, keep destroyed. No! They're just contesting the towers. And even though they get control of multiple towers for a little bit, we take control. But the more important thing was that, and this is a strategy I hear players talk about all the time, when there's going to be something coming up, like the mines coming up, like the seeds coming up, like the towers coming up, if you can push with these kind of siege weapons, with these kind of mercenaries ahead of time, it can do quite a bit of work, because this keep, once again, they have 4 of their heroes down. They're going to respawn here in just a moment. And this is a really opportune time. There's not a lot of shots left on this tower. There's not a lot they can do. But this keep is just as everyone's coming back to life. Vala going up top. Nobody's stopping to fight the keep. By the time they get back up here, there's not going to be a lot that they can do. But actually, let's see here. Just pew 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 pew. And yeah, nobody's actually rotating back to defend the keep. Not for a very long time. Does Turan notice? No, because we can actually see the other things here. As these giants just have a full 2 minutes, pretty much, to just take down every little thing. And even though our team wipes, and it's an ugly, ugly wipe, and they get just a few more shots, they get a little bit of damage here. Suddenly, oh, it takes until just about the 10-minute mark for Nazeebo to finally realize, hey, wait a minute, we just lost a keep to all this. So once again, hats off to the Gazlo player here, Fourier, for actually popping these guys in, and then just a little kind of area post-commentary for this, just look and say, hey, you know what? Sometimes defending your lane, defending from pushes like this, is more important than necessarily going for a few shots on the tower, because that's going to be catapults the rest of the way here. So, just a little bit of extra fun look, post-commentary on the post-commentary, because why not? That's Way to Fail. That was me playing Nazeebo. Like I said, Nazeebo is one of the heroes I really like, and we'll see if we can keep this rolling. But that's it for now. That's Heroes of the Storm. See you next time.